Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be here with you today, and I'm very happy to share the passion that I have for web design. So, before I begin, I would like to ask you a quick question. Do you know what's the average time people spend on a website? If you know the answer, maybe you can put it on the comments, and I will just wait a little bit. So, if your answer is less than 1 minute, you are right. Research shows that the average time people spend on a website is about 35 seconds. So let's say it's not enough. It's not enough to share the message that we want to share. It's not enough for a user to buy something on a website. Maybe you're going to tell me, yeah, but in my analytics, I can see that people stay more than 35 seconds. Yeah, maybe it's okay, and you are right. But in the average time in the world, people leave after 35 seconds a website. So it's a bad news, right? But today, I have a good news for you. It's very a good news. We live in a world with bad news all around us. But today I have a good news. Just maybe tell your neighbors, if it's a cat or your dog, doesn't matter. You should listen to him. He has good news. My good news for you today is the design design is a great way to increase the time people spend on a website. So design is very important because the uglier the website, the faster people will leave your website. And on the contrary, the better the website, the more time people will stay on your website. Sounds good, right? We don't think about that more often. We just design it, we just make a website like this, but design can help people to stay. So, together, we are going to make design great again. Thanks Donald Trump on this punchline, but I think it's more meaningful with me. I'm so nice to meet you all. I'm Samuel Bucari. I've been working as a web designer for almost 10 years now. And right now I'm working as a web designer and a coach at Odoo. And I'm part of a new web design team with the aim of create stunning website for Odoo customers. So we are very a good team. We are like 15 people, and we are exciting to do this. So if you want to get more info about that, just send me an email or contact us. We will be glad to speak with you. So today I have to tell you something. If I don't have enough time to go into details, but I will do my best to bring you as much information as I can. So I'm going to spoil you directly with my 10 tips to improve the design of your website. So here's the 10 tips that we're going to see together today. The first one is selecting the best color. Font consistency. Keep the navigation simple. Choose great images. We are going to see call to action, the grid system with the Odoo 16. We are going to speak about what space is your friend. Not only, it should be your best friend. Using icons shapes your body, not mine, but not yours, but the body of the website. And how you can use animation. It's very important. So, are you ready? I'm very ready, and I'm glad to begin this talk. So what we're going to do is redesign an existing website. This is the website that we are going to redesign. If you think that this website is really good, maybe we can talk together later because it's very ugly. The images we don't see what the child is doing. We speak about Jews, but they are playing with I don't know what. The colors, there are colors everywhere. There are text in images is very not good. So we are going to redesign in with the 10 tips that I just speak about. So let's begin. My first tip is the color. The color is very important. The colors is important because it will influence how people will feel about your website. We are all influenced by colors. You know, I have a child, 3 years old, and I teach him how to manage his emotion through colors, because color is very something that we can touch our emotion. It's the same thing for a website. The colors is very important, and the meaning of a color is very important. So my advice for you, when you create a website in Odoo, Odoo will show you a pre-made palette. There is a lot of pre-made palette that you can choose. But the better things is to have a logo. With the logo, you just upload your logo here, sorry, and Odoo will automatically choose the right color for your website. So it's very a good advice to just bring your logo, upload your logo, and let Odoo let the magics, right? If you don't have a logo, I recommend you to go to Google and see the meaning of each color, because sometimes people just create a website and choose a color because it looks pretty. Yeah, but there is a meaning with the color, so it's very important. In my case, I will Odoo choose the color for me. So here is my database. I just put the content like this, we gain time. And the color is here. I already my palette of colors with the logo that I've redesigned, right? I don't like this ugly logo. I've redesigned it like this. It's a quick redesign, but I think it sounds good. So my second tip is font consistency. Too often we see in web design too much font on a website. It's ugly, it's not okay. My advice for you is to use not more than 2 or 3 font maximum. Because like this, you will have a font consistency and your website will look more professional. And I think it's what we want. When you read a book, I guess you read a book, we expect the text to be the same size and font throughout, right? It's the same for our website. So here for my website, my Penny Juice website, I want a different typography. So I'm going to go to Theme. And here I have the possibility to choose among font family. So I will click here. And I want, Odoo work with Google Font. There is a lot of font there, so you don't need to upload your own font. I think in Google Font you will find all you need. So I have searched a little bit in Google Font what I want, and I found this pretty good font. I'm going to copy that, copy the URL, and I'm going to go here. So in headings, click here and add Google Font. So here I'm going to paste my URL and save and reload. And you will see that directly Odoo will automatically integrate the font that I've chosen in all my websites for the headings. I'm going to choose another font for the content of my website and for the CTA, the call to action. So I'm going to use OpenSong. It's a great one. If you don't know what's the font that we can use, just use OpenSong. It works with everything. So the next tips I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna talk to you, is about the navigation. So simple navigation is often the difference between good and bad design. Look at this. I'm gonna show you some ugly navigation. Like this, you can see how it can be very not good. For example, here in this website, I don't know who made this, but we don't know where I can click. Yeah, there is no real navigation. Here is another type of website. Sorry, I use very bad website, but like this, you can see how the website is doing all around the world. So I don't want to stay more than 45 seconds here. And here is another example, but here is you have a lot of information. You don't know where to click. So my advice for you is maybe just be simple. Less is more. So I'm going to just take a template that Odoo will offer to me. I'm going to choose that one. I'm going to remove the shadow because in my example, it's okay. It doesn't matter. And after that, I'm going to change here the header position, and I'm going to put over the content like this. Images can be beside the navigation text. I see that here I want the navigation to be maybe more space between the lines. So I'm going to there is a little tricks. Just put borders on your navigation bar. For example, 20 pixels, and then you can, if you have a color, for example, if I have this, you can maybe remove the color, just click on solid and click on transparency. And like this, it doesn't work. I'm going to do it again. So yeah, like this. Okay, maybe remove the colors. Okay, no. Sorry for that. I'm gonna try again. So I'm gonna choose a color and I'm gonna remove it by descending here. I think it works now. Yeah. Sorry for that. But it's a little tricks that you can use to have more spacing in your navigation bar. So the next tips is choose great images. Sometimes we just choose images because the images is pretty. But I suggest you to use images who will serve the purpose of your website. It's very important. Just don't use images because it looks pretty. Just use images that will fit your brand, that will fit your content that you want to share to people. For example, here Penny Juice is for child, so I'm going to use picture with child and juice, right? And Odoo work with Unsplash is a free images library that you can use, and I'm gonna show you how to use it. For example, here in my banner, I want an image. For example, this one, I've chosen this little girl with a juice, and I think it's a great one. I'm gonna here, yep, repeat pattern, that sounds good. Maybe change the color, like I said before. Up in Y, blended. Concentrate, I'm gonna change it to in white. Oh, I forgot a C. So, yep, that's it. Do you think it sounds good? It looks good, right? I like it. For example, when you see the actual website and you go there, I hope that you see the difference. Okay, so let's move on. Here I have another image that I want to change, so I'm gonna click, replace the image, and here I can choose directly maybe juice. And then you see that Unsplash will bring you directly images according to the word that you put on the search bar. I'm going to use this one. Choose an image that will fit your brand, but also the color of your website. Here I choose a color with red and pink, like the heading, like the logo, etc. So we can move on, right? The next part is the call to action. Call to action is very important on a website. Very, very. There is a golden rule with call to action that you have to keep in mind. If it doesn't convert, it doesn't work. Simple as that. Call to action is here to convert something. For example, it's a button. When you click, you have to go directly somewhere in your website. But the very important thing is the design, but also the text. The text is very important. Sometimes I see on a website just on the text click. Okay, but click what I'm going to find it. It's very important to think about it before just put a CTA everywhere. So you have possibility here to design your button. So here you have the border radius, you have the border width, and so on. So you can play with it. I'm sorry, I don't have time to show you in details what you can do with that, but I will show you an anchor. What is an anchor? An anchor is a link that it will, when you click on the link, it will anchor to the same page, maybe in a other section. For example, I'm going to show you an example. I want this button, when I click on this button, to go directly above in this section. So what I'm gonna do is click on the section, click on the link here. I don't know if I see correctly. And then I'm gonna edit, copy paste the link that Odoo just created, and click on the button. Above, I can directly put my link like this. I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna show you the result. So here, when I click on my latest product, you will see it brings directly to the section that I want. Okay, let's move on to the next point, is to get to know the grid system. It's very important. I'm going to show you in the Odoo 16 how it works. So for example, here in Odoo 16, I have a block, and I'm going to show you the new layout that you can use. With the new layout, you can put grid. And if you put grid on a section, you will have the possibility to move to move the element everywhere you want. So for example, here I want a section with a double image. For example, it's very simple. I'm going to click here, add an element, an image, another image, and I'm going to move it directly, resize it, and in 2 clicks, I have a section with 2 images. Sounds good, right? So you are going to, it's very cool because you can do whatever you want in the sections. You will have the possibility to adapt to your design. So my next point is the white space. White space is very important in web design because if you see, sometimes we see website with all is sticky together, but we want some free air. You know, white space, it leads to more attractive. People will stay at home if you use white space. So white space only, it makes websites easier to use, is very important. It improves focus on section because sometimes section I stick together, but we want to be, we want the white space to do the job to separate section. So for example, here I'm going to add some white space. Don't hesitate to put some not too much, but you can use it as you want. So here, for example, maybe I'm gonna add another images. I don't know what you think about that, but I think it's cool. So I'm going to upload an image. I have redesigned it. Yep, like this. And I'm going to change the color of the section. Voila. Next step is using icons. It's very important on a website to have elements which are dynamics, and icons is very important because they bring dynamics into your website. For example, here I have a section with 3 icons. What I can do is maybe just click over here, replace the icon, and you will see that in Odoo you will have the possibility to choose among a lot of icons. It's Fontism plugin that is directly linked to Odoo. So for example, here I just want a key. I don't know if there is a key over here, maybe just a key. Okay. Above my value, I'm going to choose a rocket because I like rockets. And our product is all about juice, so a glass. We don't drink juice like this, but it brings so much fun in the website. So using icons is very interesting because it's powerful. It breaks up walls of text, and it helps also the user to navigate through different sections and communicate swiftly. So don't hesitate to use icons. The next part is the shaping. Shape your body. Shapes is very powerful because it can bring like icons dynamic into your website. For example, here in Penny Juice, it's all about curve. It's all about child. So I want something more curvy. I don't know if it's if it's a right word in English, but it sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna try it. If you want to use shape, just click on the button here, and you can choose among a lot of shapes. My advice for you is just use 1 or 2 shapes maximal on all your websites. So here I'm gonna put it in white, and here I'm gonna put the same shape because I don't want to have a lot of shapes, like I said before. Up, maybe adding more space like this. It can breathe a little bit, and then I'm gonna shape that too. Yep, I don't see. Yep, sounds good. Here is the text, okay, and I'm gonna shape that too. So you see, it's very simple element that brings dynamics into your website. Yep, white here, like this we can see shapes. And finally, in my footer, I want a shape here above. So like this, and I will change the color like this. So you see, in 3 or 4 clicks, you will have a website with shapes that will bring some dynamics into your website. What do you think about it? I think sounds great, right? So shape is very important. It's leading the eye to the most important section that you want to share. So the last thing, the last tip that I want to share with you is about animation. Animation, you know that animation are getting more and more popular, but it's very important to use it correctly. Sometimes I see website with all animation all over. It's not that good. So I'm going to show you how to animate. Just quickly, you have the possibility to animate each block with the section animation here. And I'm going to just maybe fade this section up. You can choose between some of the properties, but I want this to go every time. For example, in this website, oh yeah, maybe we're gonna make a shape with the images. Just click on the shape here and we're gonna choose that one. I think it sounds good, yeah. So for the animation, for example, here I'm going to animate and I want this block to go fade in left. Sounds good. And this block fade in right then. Okay. Every time. And my last block here, so the section here fade in left, this fading right, and this fading up. Okay, we're gonna see in action what it's gonna look like. And I think we have finished after that. So here is the new website that I've made for you guys. It's a redesign of the website. You see the animation here, up and up. Wow, it's awesome. So if you see that website and that you see this website, I think I think it's better. I hope that too. So thanks you all for listening to me. I hope it will help you to design your website. Don't hesitate to just ask me some questions if you have some. But regarding that, have a nice day.